afternoon, good evening, listen to this. This is Tanks and Tuddies, presented by Tubbs and Franke. This week, it's a special week. We've got no sports going on except for the MLB All Star game. However, Franke's coming to town. Franke's coming to Jake's place to check it out on Friday. We are staying at Sid. Shout out to Sid for loaning us her apartment for the weekend so we could have a guest room. But we'll get into all that later. We'll do a little weekend preview, kind of tell you guys what we're getting down on. But for now, let's get started. How was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good. It was very busy going all the way back to last Thursday. So Thursday we left Memphis for Michigan. It was a 10-hour drive. Thursday was probably one of the worst days of the year for me. We made it to Effingham, Illinois. It was probably 4 or 5 hours into our drive. Pulled off to get gas. Everything was good. Got back in the car, got on the highway. All of a sudden, about 10 minutes later, I'm like, why is my car so loud? Called Paige and I was like, hey, think we got to pull over. My car's really loud and it just does not feel right now. She's like, why? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. She looks... Mind you, we're both driving separately, so we both have a car because we'll be in Michigan for 5 weeks. Mm-hmm. And she goes, oh, never mind. I can see it. There's something hanging from your car. And I was like a piece of trash, like hanging from the front that's dragging, or like something from my car itself. And she's like, no, something from your car itself. And I was like, awesome. So we pull off, go to a gas station that's right off the highway. I get out and I look under my car. The entire exhaust pipe is basically on the ground dragging. And I'm like, what in the hell do I do now? We still have 5 hours to go. I don't know how this can get fixed. I can't fix it. So I call my dad. He's like, yeah, call an auto shop, see if they can get you in somewhere that's close. And then try and get something, whether it's a clothes hanger or tow straps or something, to just lift up your exhaust pipe until you can get to this place. So I took my tow straps and threw it underneath my car, basically wrapped it around my car, tightened it up, lifted up the exhaust pipe off the ground. Driving down the street, luckily there was a auto shop like 5 minutes away that was able to get me in. So they got me in and fixed it. $280 later, and then had to drive another 5 hours with a brand new fixed exhaust pipe. But we ended up making it. Everything else was fine after that. Got to Paige's on Thursday night, sorry. Basically just unloaded, went to bed. Friday I had to work. Saturday we got up, did some shopping, there was a farmer's market here in Rockford that we went to. Honestly, it was pretty cool. I love a good farmer's market, so went and did that. Grocery shop for the week. And then basically just hung out the rest of the weekend. Sunday, we really didn't do anything. Went to the gym on Sunday. But that was about it. So, how was your weekend?
Mine was a lot better than yours. That's for sure. Friday, I mentioned last week we were doing a guys' weekend. Friday, we got down there and got unloaded. Just had some drinks. And then we got a lot of rain last week, so a lot of the ponds and water in the campground were really raised, so we went for a golf cart ride to check that out. Got home, just did your basic camping stuff, had a little fire. No, we didn't have a fire on Friday. No, we did have a fire on Friday. Had a fire on Friday, I did some fishing, and then some cornhole, and then just played euchre. Didn't get to bed till about 2 or 3. Went for a real late cart ride with the fellas. Papa Tubbs was out like a light, however, so he didn't make it for that. So go ahead and give him some shit for that.
Rookie.
And then Saturday we woke up. We had, what time were we golfing? I want to say it was 10. I don't remember exactly what time. But I woke up still drunk Saturday. I don't know if it was the fact that I haven't been doing a lot of that drinking late thing lately. But I woke up still drunk for sure. Luckily, I didn't drive. My dad drove to golf. We got there. Nice course down in Coldwater. We had decided earlier in the week, though, so there was 4 of us, right? So we ended up doing, you'll love this. We did, instead of just playing regular golf, we did teams of 2. So it was me and a buddy versus my father and a buddy. We figured that the two buddies were way better than my dad and I, so we figured split up the bad golfers. It'll be safe. So we did a 3-hole rotation of the first hole is best ball. So play your own ball. The best score out of the team is your team score. Hole 2 is a scramble. And then hole 3 is alternate shot. Now this ended up being a lot more fun than we thought it was going to be. We had quite a few birdies, actually. I made some ridiculous putts. I was snailing the ball. Couldn't really hit the ball other than my putts. But then on the back nine, we had decided that hole 12 was going to be a one-club challenge. And then as we got to it, we were like, man, this alternate shot's kind of fun. What if we did spin the wheel for a random club for each alternate shot? So we get the 12. I had to tee off. I decided to go first. I spin the wheel. Guess what I had to tee off with on a 397-yard par 4?
9-iron.
60-degree wedge.
Ooh.
So that was unfortunate. And then it was funny. I was like, well, I want to skull this thing. So I always skull it when I hit it normal. So I'm just going to try to hit it normal. And I've never hit a 60-degree off the tee. And I just pured this fucking thing. It went a solid 70 yards, but it was the best 70-yard 60-degree I've ever hit in my life. So then we got to the green. We had a par putt. We had a bogey putt. So my partner there, he had to putt with a 52-degree wedge. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried to putt with a 52-degree wedge. It's really hard when it's not a tap-in. Yeah. So he ended up 3-putting. We pushed the hole. And then after that, we decided we got to do this for every alternate shot hole from here on out. So we did it 2 more times on 15 and 18. By the time we got to 18, the competition was over. Me and my partner won. On hole 18, though, we had a great finish. So my dad's partner had a par chip from off the green. He got a 4 hybrid. And this thing, he hits it, and it looks like it's going towards the hole, but it's got some heat on it. So he's saying, hit the pin, hit the pin, hit the pin. This thing hit the pin the hardest I've ever heard a ball hit a pin, and it just dropped. I'm talking, if this thing didn't grab the hole, it would have been 10 yards off the green. But it grabbed the hole and dropped for par, so they're hooting and hollering. And then I had a par putt. I got 8-iron from, I want to say I was about 150 out, so it was the perfect club for our second shot. This was a par 5. It was a third shot then. I put it just off the green. My partner put a good chip out there, and then I got a 5-iron to putt with, and I snailed in the par putt, so they were pissed. We all had to play driver on a par 4 from about 150 out. That was funny. I don't know if you've ever tried to hit a driver from 150. It's not easy. You kind of just take a half swing, and it carried. It made it to almost the green, and I thought it was going to die about 60 yards early. So it was a lot of fun there. Went back, kind of did a little reset, hopped in the water for a little bit. It was a hot day. And then, we had some smoked ham, courtesy of my father. That was delicious. And then just had some more drinks, played some cards, and called it a night. So that was my weekend. Sunday I went home, and I was down bad Sunday, actually. Real tired, physically exhausted. And I wasn't really hungover. My throat hurt real bad, and I just felt tired. But I was able to get all my cooking done. I got my laundry done, and called it a Sunday. So let's get into it. Locks and long shots. Still open. Just kidding. It's not open anymore. I've officially marked it as a loss. Torque over 28.5 home runs. It's not going to happen. He's not getting called up. It is now a loss. I never have to bring this up again. I'm so glad I can finally forget about this guy and leave him in my past. Last week's actual lock, we had Uruguay to advance versus Colombia. They didn't. That was a loss. I didn't look into this game at all. I didn't watch it. I just saw that they lost, and I was like, all right, on to the next one. So this week we've got some juice, but I figured it could be allowed since there's nothing else happening. It's Bryson DeChambeau, top 20 at the Open Championship this weekend. It's minus 170, so very juicy. But with nothing else happening, this is really the only thing I found that I wanted to put my name on. So for those that don't know, how many majors has there been now? 3?
3.
So in the 3 other majors, he's been top 5. So top 20 at minus 170, yeah, I'm taking this. That's going to hit. Nothing else to say there, just Bryson's been good. Stick with the guy that's good. If anybody out there actually listens to our plays and they don't want to play 170, then take Ludwig Aberg. I think he's minus 135 for top 20. Kind of following the same idea that I had with Batia a couple weeks back, where the previous tournament he did very well, and top 20 minus 135. I like that. So that's not an official play, just an alternate.
It's minus 185 on FanDuel.
Wow, DraftKings had it minus 135.
Minus 120 on DraftKings.
There you go. That's what do they call that in the
Closing line
in the
value?
biz? No, they call
Line
that
shopping.
arbitrage. Line shopping too, yeah. So long shots then. Oh, by the way, locks, I didn't say my record. 20-17-1. We're getting real close to 500 there just because of adding the torque loss, but that's all right. Long shots, 10-23-2. We had a push last week, so still open. Scooble, Cy Young, plus 1,600. He was great against the Dodgers. He only gave up 2 earned. He's minus 130 now, and Burns is up to plus 300, so we're creating some room there. I want to see that number get down to about minus 300, and then I'm going to mark it as a win. I'm just kidding. I have actual money on this. I can't jinx myself. Tigers to win the AL Central. I'm not marking that as a loss yet because they're on a little hot streak. They won 2 out of 3 versus the Dodgers on 2 ridiculous walk-offs.
Just imagine if they would have kept Keston Hiura.
No. Imagine if Torkelson was Torkelson of last year, we'd be in the playoff picture right now. That's the part that's killing me, is that Torkelson being shitty is costing us wins. But I believe we won 3 out of 4 versus the Guardians, and we won 2 out of 3 versus the Dodgers heading into the All Star break. So that's exactly what you want. You want to get hot right around the All Star break. As long as they come out, if they come out hot after the All Star break, we're going to keep this open. If not, we're marking it as a loss. And then Terry Arnold interceptions, nothing, doesn't matter yet. So last week we had Soler Dinger Tuesday plus 400. He did not play. So we marked that as a push, since I did indeed push because I placed it with actual monetary value. And that was a push. So, where was I? I lost my spot. Oh, this week. It's Dinger Tuesday, but we don't have games to do it on. So in honor of Dinger Tuesday, we're going to take Bryce Harper to hit a home run tonight in the All-Star game. This is plus 750. I've been considering putting actual money on this. However, the value's not there because you don't get free bets for the home runs. But just for something fun to sweat, he'll probably play, 2-3 innings? Or he'll probably get 2-3 at-bats.
I wouldn't say 3. He'll probably get 2.
So you got 2 shots. He loves hitting them on Tuesdays. So just for something fun in the All-Star game, because the last thing I'm going to do is place a wager on a money line in an All-Star game. So I figure, you throw $5 on this, you have something fun to sweat for the rest of the game, or for 2 at-bats, I should say. It'd probably be what is that? 5 for like $40.
Yeah, and he's got, oh shit, I just hit my mic. But he's also a lefty, and that park plays so much better for lefties. So
there you go. I didn't even think about that. So yeah, that's my plays this week. Light week in sports, so not going to be mad if these lose. Just needed to find something. So your locks and long shots.
My locks, I am 37-21. Last week we had Travis Bazzana, number 1 overall pick in the MLB draft. That did indeed hit. He was the number 1. A lot of discussion up whether he was going to go number 1. I don't think we're going to talk about the draft, but it was kind of crazy just seeing some of the guys that did fall. Jack Caglianone for 1. Big name there. But otherwise, I think it went pretty standard, what was kind of expected of it. So we also had Brewers money line last Wednesday versus the Pirates. They won 9-0. Tobias Myers threw 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 6 Ks, no runs. We won 9-0 though. Absolutely blew them out of the water. Pirates suck. Brewers are back. Actually, that was the one win we got against the Pirates that series. So kind of embarrassing there, but we'll take the win there. This week we're going All-Star Game Nerfy. Corbin Burns, Paul Skeens, pretty simple. 2 best pitch. Well, I won't say 2 best pitchers, just for your sake. But
yeah, we'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that later.
But regardless, it's 2 of the better pitchers in each league. It's going to be tough to get a hit in the first inning. Tough to get a run in the first inning. So give me that at minus 160. It's a little close to our line, but Jake's got a minus 170, so I'm good. And then I'm also going to take a personal one. Jake and I are going to golf this weekend. We're playing a short course. I'm going to take that I'm going to make at least 2 pars this weekend.
Now, I have an argument here. Okay. This course is incredibly easy. There is like no trouble at all. I think this should be bumped to 3.
Even though I haven't played in a month.
Okay. All right. You know what?
That's why it's a lock. It's
yep,
easier.
Because this is probably, if you've been playing like I have, like once every week to 2 weeks, this would be minus 250 because I know I'm going to go out there and get 2 pars. But you haven't played in a month. You don't know the course either. So we'll leave it at 2. I still think this is like minus 160.
You know what? No, I'm going to bump it to 3 just because I trust myself.
There you go.
And it's a challenge then.
Yeah, we're playing 18, and there's literally 2 holes you can hit driver and only 1 hole you need to hit driver. That's how easy this course is. But I think that creates, I keep talking about the things we're going to talk about later, but I think that creates a more fun time when it's literally just, I'm going to lay up here, and then I'm going to hit another good shot, and then I'm going to tap in my birdie. I didn't actually have a single birdie last time I played there. I had like 9 pars or something ridiculous. No birdie. But sorry, you can continue. I like it at 3 though. I like that.
All right, so we'll set it me to record 3 pars this weekend then for my lock.
There you
go.
Go.
Long shots 16 and 42 still open. Soto regular season home run leader. I think I'm just going to stop mentioning it and maybe update it like every couple of weeks because I feel like I'm just saying the same thing every week. Still in the hunt, but it's whatever. Realistically, he's not really in the hunt considering where Aaron Judge is, but anyways, last week, JD Martinez, Dinger Tuesday, loss. Rafael Devers, Dinger Tuesday, loss. I believe, I'm double checking real quick, I think both of these games were high scoring.
I know, yeah. So
Red Sox won 12-9.
Yep, and then 7-5 in the Mets game.
Yeah, and the 2 most prolific power hitters in both those games didn't hit one, so
also
that's
the
awesome.
Red Sox game, there was only like 3 home runs. It was all like dinky singles and like sac flies.
I think there was 4. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
there was 4. So Willie Abreu, Dominic Smith, Lawrence Butler, Zach Geloff. Pretty low names.
Yeah,
on that
Zach
list.
Geloff is what? He's a second baseman or something?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, gross. So 2 losses there. Record is not looking pretty. Maybe I'll turn it around here soon. This week, we're going to go another personal one. I'm banking on myself again. This week, we're saying that I'm going to break 90 this weekend. I've done it once in my golfing career. Like I said, I haven't golfed in a month. But if the course is as easy as Jake says, and my irons are usually my better clubs, then maybe there's a chance I break 90 this weekend. So we'll take that, and then I'm also going to throw on Bryson top 10, just kind of along the same lines as what Jake was saying. He's been good in the majors. It's the last major of the year. I kind of wish I knew how he was playing overseas, just because this is kind of a different animal when it comes to majors, but we'll trust it anyways. I feel like this is usually the one that Bryson actually plays pretty decent at outside of the U.S. Open. But yeah, I'll throw it out there as a flyer. Bryson top 10 plus 135.
I went ahead and tied some odds to you breaking 90. So I had an 87 playing this course last time, and I could tell that I was playing my best golf. I don't know if it was confidence because it's an easy course or what, but I was also playing frequently. So I put this at plus 450 since you haven't been playing recently and you've never played it. But I think you can do it. There's 2 holes. There's also a lot of par 3s. That's what helps it be a short or a low score. I think there's 3 par 3s in a row or 4 par 3s in a row on the back, and they're all the same hole. They're like 150, a little bit uphill. And there is literally, if you lose more than 3 golf balls here, you're just having a really bad day. There's not a lot of trouble. There's 1 hole where water's possible, and then there's another hole with woods. But other than that, I mean, it's wide open. So it'll be fun. I'm
trying to look and see when the last round I actually played was, because if I remember correctly, rounds played. Yeah, okay. So the last round I played, I shot a 54 on 9, and it was actually a month ago today. And it was the course in Arkansas that has a ton of water, and I lost a ton of balls. So the less amount of balls that I could lose here would be great.
Yep. It's going to be fun. I'm excited we're going to do, we'll save that for the end. All right. let's get going here. Who tweeted it? We're going to do this real quick right before our MLB talk. This is for you, Austin. I hate when I'm on a flight and I wake up with a water bottle next to me. Like, oh, great. Now I got to be responsible for this water bottle. Who tweeted it? A, J. Cole. B, Eminem. C, Cole Sprouse. Or D, Kanye West.
So it feels kind of like a Kanye thing, but also I know Kanye has kids. Same thing with Eminem. I don't think Eminem would tweet it just because I think kind of understands with his daughter. J. Cole and Cole Sprouse, I'm not sure on if that's something they would tweet. And I also don't know if you're trying to trick me by throwing in Cole Sprouse because that's who I used last week. I think... Okay, so I have a reasoning for who I think I'm going to take.
Okay.
I can picture this person saying this when they were a child in a TV show, so I'm taking Cole Sprouse.
You were correct in the fact that Cole Sprouse was the trick because you used him last week. This was actually Kanye West.
Damn.
Yep.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I mean,
there's a lot worse Kanye tweets out there, but this one just cracked me up because it was just funny to me how dumb it is. Like, oh, I'm responsible for this water bottle. I don't know. I got a good chuckle out of it. I got a chuckle out of it. So,
have you? Not to like go off topic, but have you seen some of the stuff on Kanye recently and his wife?
No.
Just like how she dresses and.
Oh, I've seen that for a while now. She dresses very provocatively.
Gets people going.
It gets the people going. Yeah. For those that don't know, Kanye basically divorced Kim K and then married Kim K lookalike that's a little bit taller, pretty much. And she walks around like with nothing on it.
She doesn't hide it.
No, she puts it on display. So, all right, MLB. The Home Run Derby was last night. To sum it up in a few words, I'll tell you this. I watched the first round, and then I fell asleep. So they had a new layout. It was you get 4 minutes?
3 minutes or 40 pitches, whatever comes first.
Yep. 3 minutes, 40 pitches. You ended up getting 3 more additional outs if you hit one 440? No, 425.
I was going to say 425.
It was 425 for 3 outs at the end of your timer or the pitches. And then those outs you're allowed to, it was like the old school where you could watch them. And some people took advantage of it. And then during the 3 outs, if you hit another one 425, you gained a 4th out. So the idea was there. I liked the idea when I first heard about it. And I think this could work. I just think the participants this year sucked. I mean, all the big hitters denied doing it, right? So you had Judge turned it down. Shohei turned it down. Who was the other big guy that turned it down?
I think Devers.
Devers turned it down? Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Devers would have raked, too, being a lefty. He would have cleaned up.
Yep. And then I think it also just guys that didn't really prepare for it. Gunnar Henderson was a letdown just because I bet on him and he got eliminated. I think he put up the lowest total, right?
Yeah, I think he had 11.
Yeah,
we both took his first round over 21.5.
Yep, we had his first round over. Pete Alonso sucked. We need to stop putting him in home run derbies just because he won a couple. He sucked. And then you had like Alec fucking Boehm somehow led after the first round. Teoscar Hernandez snuck in there. He really took advantage of the 3 outs, right? He ended up putting up like 8 or 9 with the outs. Mm-hmm. And it just seems like some guys were just rushing it, you know. Gunnar Henderson too, when I was watching, he did the best Scooby-Doo impression I've ever seen in the pregame. I don't know if you saw that. I was like, this guy wants to be here. He's using a Scooby-Doo bat. This is sweet. And then he sucked. So, what was my other thought? For the bettors out there, I'm pretty confident only 2 people went over their first round totals out of the, 8? Yeah, 2 out of the 8.
Yeah, Boehm and I think Jose Ramirez might have gone over.
No, he was under. He was like 24.5.
Really?
Yeah. So there was a lot of guys in the low 20s. I want to say it was Witt that went over, but I could be wrong. Anyways, yeah, I think it was just the fact that guys don't really care to do it anymore, and there's also no steroids. So I threw out this idea last night to you in a text. I said, you select about 20 guys the year before, and you tell them, hey, inject steroids for the next year. You're allowed to. Get big. And then next year, at the start of the year, you kind of watch, and then you select your participants out of those 20. You select 8 of them that are on roids, and that way you can have a home run derby where people hit bombs.
So it's not the worst idea, but it's also not a great idea. Obviously, the physical changes, not great.
Right.
However, I do think I have 2 potential solutions that are realistic.
Okay.
One, just use juice balls. That would be by far the easiest. Doesn't matter who you put in there, it affects everyone. No physical changes whatsoever, just balls. Pause. And then the other solution is just go back to the 10 outs.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say if you didn't bring that up.
I think the timing, like having a timer on a round is horrible because some guys just go at different paces.
Yep.
If you want to make it fair, just give everybody 10 outs, don't time them, let them take as many pitches as they want. Who cares if it takes longer? We're not trying to speed up the home run derby. The home run derby is supposed to be the best part of the entire season.
Exactly, and you can start it sooner. Don't start at 8 o'clock. If you start at 7 or 6:30 even, then you can go back to outs. Let these guys take their time. Because if you look, they were so winded. Like, they were sweating and just couldn't talk in their post-game interview after because they were tired. And, yeah, you're making them hit one ball every 10 seconds. And they got a full swing. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
because
really
if you took
the 40 pitches, if you took the 40 pitches and broke that up, 60 times 3 divided by 40.
Oh, it's
you got to hit
actually.
1 in every 4.5 seconds.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's insane. Like, that's just not feasible. Like, we did a drill in high school called the Cuban Missile Drill, where you just, somebody would hold a ball above your head, they would drop it, you'd swing, instantly come back, they'd drop another one, swing, come back, drop another one, swing, come back instantly. Just 3 quick swings, bang, bang, bang. After those 3 swings, I'm like, Jesus, I am tired.
Yeah.
Let alone doing that for 3 minutes. Just
Right.
give me 10 outs. Let me throw as many pitches as I want. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Just let them hit as many home runs as they possibly can. It's either an out or a home run. It's that easy. And don't do this bonus ball shit. Like, don't get me wrong. It's kind of cool, and maybe you should be rewarded for hitting an extra deep home run.
425, though, shouldn't be.
Yeah, 425.
Should be 450.
Yeah. Or, better yet, just play every home run derby in Colorado.
That there you go. That too. You do every derby in Colorado, and then you say 475 to get extra.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I had 52 cents on Teoscar to win it boosted beforehand just because that was all that I had left in my account. Casino has run me since getting back to Michigan. So it was kind of cool seeing him win. I want to see Yelich get back in one just for the pardon my take bet. But yeah, I don't know. I was really excited, and this year was kind of a letdown. So
yeah, I planned my whole night around it. I was like, all right, I got to get off games around 8 o'clock to go watch the Derby. I ended up watching a few of the first ones while I finished up a game, and then I ended up laying in bed. I got ready to throw it on, and then I watched the whole first round, and as soon as Gunnar got eliminated, I was like, well, this was boring anyway, so my bet's done. I'm going to bed.
I
went to sleep. Then I woke up. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I just thought of this, but I think last year we also mentioned that everybody went under in their first round. So maybe the new thing is just going to be betting in the home run derby, or betting unders in the home run derby, which seems so anti-American.
Yeah.
But
I won't be doing that. I'll
if
just
it makes
be
me
not
coin
betting on the Derby.
Yeah.
Yep. So it was also funny. Teoscar started bad. And then he went off with the outs, like we said. So I texted our buddy who's a Dodgers fan, Javi. He was on the show. I forgot. I don't have to keep calling him our buddy. Texted him. I said, Teoscar sucks. And that was like right before he rattled off like 9 or 10 with the outs. And then he ended up winning the fucking thing. I woke up to that. I was like, Jesus, now I look dumb. Yeah, I just Boring. Boring is all there is to say. So now, just because I can't contain myself anymore, let's talk about the All Star game. I don't know how you want to do this, but I want to skip right to the part that I want to talk about is the players on the mound to start the game. So National League, deservedly so, is Paul Skeens. He's been great. Love that. Good for the sport. Young guy, rookie, first ever, blah, blah, blah. Great. Then you go to the American League, and there's two pitchers that have been very good in the American League, right? You've got Tarek Skubal and Corbin Burns. We mention them every week because they're both involved with my AL Cy Young bet. Now, if you look at the stats, I'm not going to pull them up because they just piss me off, but they have very similar stats. However, Skubal edges him in every category, and also Skubal does not have a lineup to provide him with run support. Burns is on one of the best teams in the American League in terms of run support. So, with that being said, who do you think the starter is? You already know. It's not Skubal. It's fucking Corbin Burns. And this is the biggest load of bullshit ever. This is a total just who's going to get clicks. Corbin Burns on the mound. People will tune in to watch him. Now, I don't know how the rotation works, right? Because I'm assuming Burns is going to pitch 1 inning, right? Hopefully he gets fucking shelled.
He'll probably pitch 2.
I hope he gets fucking shelled. And then it needs to be Skubal. If Skubal doesn't pitch, I'm going to be fucking heated.
No, Skubal will pitch unless the Tigers told whoever's managing not to pitch him, but he'll pitch.
This is similar to your Bryce Terang thing last week about how compare his stats to fill in the blank. It was
Luis
Arias. Now, Bryce Terang edged him out more than Skubal does, but Skubal literally, it was like ERA was better, whip was better, strikeouts was better, walks was better, and then there was some weird pitcher stat. I think it was like Ks per 9, and then like home runs per 9 maybe. All were just better. They're all close, but they were just, every single one was better. There's really no argument for Burns to be on the mound. I think the only difference was that he's pitched more games. So it's stupid. It pissed me the fuck off. That's all I really have to contribute here. I'll read through the starters, and then I'm just going to let you take it, and I'll hop in when I need to. So your starters in the American League, catcher, you got Adley. Then you got Vlad Guerrero Jr. at first. Marcus Semien at second. Jose Ramirez at third. I think that actually is the exact same as last year. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't. Yeah, actually, I think that is right.
Then you got Gunnar at shortstop. Aaron Judge in the outfield. Soto in the outfield. Stephen Kwan, sneaky one there. And then Alvarez at DH. Then you go over, and then obviously Burns is starting. Then you go to the National League. Shout out to the Brewers here. You got William Contreras at catcher. He's been awesome. Bryce Harper at first base. Ketel Marte at second. Alec Boehm at third. Trey Turner at short. And then Yelich in the outfield making a comeback. You know who you don't see in the outfield, actually, is Mookie Betts or Cody Bellinger. Just interesting there. And then you got Jurickson Profar. This name shocked me. I don't know if he's having a good year or not, but he's not a name you expect to see in a National League starter. So, and then you got Tasker Hernandez. He replaced. I don't know who he replaced though. Let's see if I can try to figure it out. Oh, probably Tatis.
Yes.
Definitely Tatis.
Yes.
And then Shohei at DH. So those are your starters. Brewers got 2 starters, and then obviously, I don't think the Brewers had no reserves. Correct? No. Any pitchers? No, Brewers don't have any pitchers in there. And then, so we both, our teams had the equal amount of All-Stars. Riley Green snuck in there as a reserve. And then Skubal, obviously, as a pitcher. The question I wanted to ask you, actually, as I was looking through here, I thought Jarren Duran was having a trash year.
No. He's been really good.
Really? I thought, was it his fielding then? What was the joke with him? He was a terrible fielder or something? Or was this last year?
Yeah, last year he wasn't a great fielder.
Last year he sucked.
Yeah.
He batted. No. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong year. Hang on. Oh, he was good last year. He batted .295.
Yeah. He's just added way more power this year. 10 home runs. Batting average is about the same. OPS is about the same. Stolen bases are pretty similar. He got hurt last year too, so that didn't help. But no, he's been pretty good. I don't know what his fielding stats look like. I'm trying to... I don't know. Fielding stats don't matter when it comes to All-Star games.
I'll give you
anyways.
fielding. I don't really know how to look at him. Let's see.
Oh, actually, I have it.
I don't know what he's had.
He's got a
139 chances.
Yep.
I don't
He's
know.
got like a 98% fielding percentage, which is pretty fucking good.
So if he doesn't have a put out, what is that? Is that an error? No, he's only got 3 errors.
Yeah.
I'm confused. How do fielding stats work for the MLB? Here's another Jake learning lesson. All right, so so obviously they split it up between left field, center field. So I'm going to try to do math, but he's got 90 chances in left, 139 in center. And then he's got 84 putouts in left, 136 in center. So what does that correlate to? What are those? Oh, assists and errors that it breaks up to, huh? I see. Okay. So he's only got 3 errors. I guess that's all you can look at as a fielder, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. You can look at like his outs above average and stuff like that, but that doesn't matter. Jurickson Profar, by the way, he's hitting 305 with 14 home runs. So,
wow. Yeah, he has been good then, huh?
Yeah. So there's obviously snubs every year. First things first. Bryce Trank still didn't even make it as a substitute, which is fucking ridiculous.
Well, I think he didn't because there was nobody for him to sub in for. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Okay, so let's look at this. Unavailable for the NL. Fernando Tatis in the outfield. Okay, yeah, I guess you're right. Tatis is the only outfielder, and then Glasnow, Helsley, Chris Sale, Ranger Suarez, Zach Wheeler, all pitchers. So yeah, I guess he couldn't have fit in there. But you mean to tell me he couldn't have made it over over Ryan McMahon or Luis Ariz? Luis Ariz should not be.
Luis Ariz is your main argument because that we went through that last week. We won't revisit, but I agree completely with you.
In the AL, there's a couple unavailable. Altuve, Carlos Correa, Devers, Logan Gilbert, Kyle Tucker. I didn't know Devers was injured, so that must be a fairly new thing. He wasn't a starter anyways.
Willie Castro made it?
Willie Castro did make it.
That's a former Tiger.
Yeah, we didn't look at the reserves really. AL, Salvador Perez. Honestly, pretty tight race between Rushman and Perez, I would say. First, infielders, Josh Naylor, Isaac Paredes, another former Tiger, Willie Castro, Corey Seager, Jordan Westberg, Bobby Witt Jr. Personally, I think that Josh Naylor should have been the first baseman, not Vlad, but goes either way. Otherwise, I don't disagree with any of the infielders. Outfielders, reserves were Jarren Duran, Riley Green, Santander. I also don't disagree with any of the AL outfielders. Stephen Kwan's been absolutely phenomenal. And then DH is David Fry in the reserves. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you could put David Fry or Yordan in there, but Yordan's the bigger name, so I'm not against that. Starting pitchers, I agree with all of them. Tyler Anderson. Actually, no, I agree with all of them. Tyler Anderson's going to have the worst second half of any pitcher you're going to see. I'm calling that right now. Corbin Burns, Garrett Crochet, Tanner Houck, Seth Lugo, Cole Reagans, Tarek Skubal. All great. No disagreements there. The one...
Let me ask you a question real quick. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Do they still have the rule where every team gets one All-Star?
Yes.
Okay. Never mind then.
The one snub that I will argue with for starting pitcher in the AL is Ronel Blanco. Remember the guy who threw the no-hitter in his first start for the Astros this year? Yeah, he's still got a 2.53 ERA and ranks 4th in the AL. And then 7th in WHIP with a 1.01 WHIP. And you tell me that he's not better than Tyler Anderson or Tanner Houck, even Seth Lugo for that matter. But that's my only argument there. Relief pitchers, Clay Holmes should not be in the All-Star game. This one really confuses me. Kenley Jansen should be the guy in there. Kenley is 17 of 18 on save chances and has a ERA that is low 2s, I believe. Clay Holmes has just not been good. 19 of 24 saves for the Yankees, and it's not like he's the Yankees' only All-Star. So there's no reason for him to really be in there. That was ridiculous. Mason Miller, great. Andres Munoz, Kirby Yates, great. Clase, great. Those are all fine. I don't think I have any more. Oh, Brent Rooker could have been in the AL, but there's not really.
He's been raking. Every time it's Digger Tuesday, I see that dude hits one.
Yeah, but it's more like he started the season so bad. So it hasn't been like a whole first half type of thing, so I don't think he really deserved it, but could have made an argument if you wanted to. In the NL, where do we start? NL reserves. Will Smith, fine. CJ Abrams, Pete Alonso, fine. Luis Ariz, obviously I already made that case. Mookie Betts, fine. Ellie, Freddie, fine. Ryan McMahon, I would have replaced with Christian Walker. Christian Walker has been great. 853 OPS, 22 home runs. Kills the Dodgers. Way better fit.
Anybody that kills the Dodgers should automatically be
The only thing that makes that hard is the Rockies don't have another player, so Ryan McMahon pretty much had to make it. So that's understandable. Outfielders on the bench, Teoscar. Obviously, he's starting. Heliot Ramos, great name. Learn that guy if you haven't yet. He's going to be good. Brian Reynolds, sure. I don't really have any other snubs for outfielders there. Marcell Ozuna, personally, I would have liked to see him be the starter over Shohei. He's actually probably been better, but it is what it is. Starting pitchers, Max Fried, Hunter Green, Shota Imanaga, Reynaldo Lopez, Christian Walker, Paul Skeens, Logan Webb. Don't disagree with any of them. If you wanted to throw somebody in there, Christopher Sanchez already made it. Jake Urban from the Nationals. That's about it. Relief pitchers, Jeff Hoffman, Tanner Scott, Matt Strom, Robert Suarez, Kyle Finnegan. A lot of low names just because everybody's injured. I'd say Trevor McGill, if anything, for the Brewers, but that's about it there. So I don't really have any more snubs for the NL. The NL was pretty good. I guess.
Let me ask you a question. What about the A's reliever that's been just insane? Oh, Mason Miller, right?
Yeah, he's in.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I haven't seen much about him since he started, insane.
You know he was a starter last year?
Was he really?
Yeah, he was a starter. They converted him to a closer because he didn't come up at the beginning of the year. He started last year in AAA, came up in the year, got injured twice, both arm injuries. So they're like, instead of having you as a starter who throws 104 for 7 innings, we'll have you as a closer who throws 104 for 1 inning to preserve him.
Move.
So he honestly might end up back as a starter at some point, but we'll see.
Anything else All-Star game, or should we get our segments out and then wrap up?
What's your prediction?
My prediction is I will watch it, and it will be fun to watch. I gotta take the American League. My team's an American League team. Got Scooby. He's probably gonna pitch. I'm taking the AL. Let's take them 6-5.
It's a great guess. I'm gonna take the NL just because my team is NL, and let's look at these pitchers real quick.
Whoa, I said 6-5, by the way, not 6-5.
Oh, my bad. Clicked the wrong one.
Come on.
I'm going to take the NL in a tight one. We'll say 4-3.
So we both think it's going to be tight. I feel like it usually is, no? Or was last year's a blowout?
No, I think last year's was close and the year before was a blowout.
Let's see. I'll show you.
It was either that or it was the opposite way around, but
last year, NL won 3-2.
Yeah, and that was the first time the NL had won in years.
Yeah, the
like
AL
7.
won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a row. So the AL's due is what I'm hearing. What about MVP? Should we throw out an MVP? Pretty sure last year I bet on an MVP, and then it ended up being like, oh, it's got it right here. It was Elias Diaz last year.
Yeah, because he had a home run in like the 8th inning or something.
Yeah. I'm gonna take. Yeah, I got my MVP. You ready? Mason Miller's gonna come out and strike out three to win the game. Mason Miller.
That's a good one. I'm gonna take Ellie. Ellie's gonna come out and
a little tank.
he'll hit a tank in his first at bat, and then his second at bat hits a single and steals two bases.
There you go. And scores on a short sac fly to win the game. There you go. I like that. I like those picks. All right. Let's do immaculate grid, and then if we have to take a break, we'll do our blind rank, and then go back to grid, and then wrap up with roulette. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I will share.
Reminder, if you didn't know, NCAA Football 25 is out, and it is fucking awesome. I started a rebuild with Memphis yesterday. Lost my first game to Middle Tennessee State. No big deal.
That's not good, but it happens.
I got blown out,
That's
too.
part of the rebuild.
It was like 42-28.
What? Oh, Lord. What difficulty are you playing on?
The one below All-American. So it's like Heisman, All-American.
Freshman, junior varsity.
Varsity. I'm playing on varsity.
Varsity. Okay, that's respectable.
But defense, dude, the defense is... I don't know if it's just my defense. My defense is so bad.
You got to start... you did it wrong, though. You got to start out as an offense coordinator, work your way up.
See, I thought about that, but then I was like, you know what?
it.
I'm just going to start out as a head coach at Memphis, try and make Memphis a powerhouse, and then take the Tennessee job. It's a stepping stone.
Nope, see, so you're doing this all wrong, right? Here's how you do it. Your first dynasty has to be with your team. You play one season with your team, you're probably going to win it because it's your team. Well, you're Wisconsin, so maybe not, but mine would be Michigan, right? Then after that, you take the offensive coordinator job at like a school like fucking ECU, and you work your way up.
Well, so like our buddy Cole,
just means so much more.
He started out as an offensive coordinator at UL Monroe, who is the worst school in the game.
Mm-hmm. That's respectable.
But
I still think your first dynasty has got to be your fucking team.
but with OC, you don't get to recruit, and that's the best part.
Yeah, because you got to work your way up to recruiting. You got to earn it. You're not earning it. You just gave yourself the spot.
So maybe I'll start another.
Anyways, all right. Immaculate grid. Across the top, we got Texans, Falcons, Pro Bowl. This one's going to suck. Going down, Cardinals, Washington, and the Raiders. So let's fill out the Pro Bowl first. Or here, Cardinals, Texans, you've got Hopkins.
Oh, I was going to say J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt.
Pro Bowl.
Oh, do they have to make a Pro Bowl with that team? Yeah, they have to They have to go to the Pro Bowl with that team. I don't think Watt.
Zach
did.
Ertz.
So Washington. I don't think he did with the Cardinals though.
You don't think so?
I think he got there and he was. I think he got to go something.
Trey
easy
McBride.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah, Kyler's probably safe.
And then Cardinals, Falcons. Dion didn't go over there. What about who's the running back? He played not DeMarco Murray. No, I'm thinking of the one that
Okay,
was really good with
I have a really weird name and I don't know if you ever played for the Cardinals.
Okay.
Zacchaeus.
Olamide Zacchaeus. No, I don't think so. I don't think he's been around long enough.
I think he
went from
did do the Raiders and the Falcons,
Eagles. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that name. There's so many other names out there. There's got to be.
All right, that's our
See,
trust our
we're
gut
gonna have
pick
to
if
throw
we
those
don't
out
have
there.
anything.
Yeah, because we might have to because these teams are just hard to know. Washington, Texans, I literally have nothing. Raiders, Texans, quarterbacks. Dude,
Alex Smith never played for the Texans, did he?
No. Alex Smith was Washington, Kansas City, and the 49ers. Let's get these Pro Bowls done. Raiders Pro Bowl.
Devontae.
Did he make the Pro Bowl? I was going to say, who's... They had, I was going to say, like, Sebastian Janikowski had to have made one.
Ooh.
That's going to be low percentage. Yeah, 4% there. Nice. Claps up for Jake. Washington Pro Bowl. You got to think recent because they send somebody every year. McLaurin probably went to one.
Yeah.
You good with that?
Yeah.
Good. All right. So we got 4, but that might be it, man. Falcons and Cardinals. Mike Vick play for any of these teams? No.
Joey Sly. Fitzy. Fitzy might work for Washington.
And the Texans?
I think so.
I think that does. Yep. Good shit there. All right. Now we're respectable. We're over 50%. Let's try to get some Falcons out there. Falcons. Like a Falcons tight end. Oh, no.
Austin Hooper, did he? Oh, yeah. Wait, did Hooper play for the Falcons?
Hooper played with the Falcons.
He definitely played for the Raiders.
Okay.
I think.
I don't think he did. Let's just throw some out because we're not going to get this.
Let's go.
He did. Good shit. All right. 4% there, too. All right. Falcons, Cards, quarterbacks. Think quarterbacks. Josh McCown, he definitely played for the Cards. I doubt for the Falcons, but he could be a backup there.
What's...
I'm thinking running backs like Steven Ridley. Probably didn't pay for any of those other teams.
Le'Veon Bell.
Marshawn Lynch played with the Raiders and the Seahawks, and there's one other team he played for. No.
Adrian Peterson. James
He played
Conner.
for the Cards, but not the Falcons. Played for
Frank
the Cards,
Gore.
not the Falcons. Didn't play for any of these teams, I don't think.
I don't think so. Damn.
What about like Amir Abdullah? No, he never went to the Texans.
What about what was his name? He was on the Packers and the Browns, I know, and I think he was on the Cardinals for a little bit. Backup quarterback. I don't remember if it was Kaiser or if it was the other one.
Deshaun Kaiser played for the Browns and Packers.
I know he played for the Cardinals too.
Let's throw him in for the Falcons because they've been kind of tanking, you know? This might be our first wrong, but I don't like that he only played for 2 years. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay. Yep, that's fine.
Should we take a break? Let's take a break and blind rank. Let's blind rank. So you've got me ranking pet peeves today.
Yes, there's 10 of them.
So is this...
Number one
so
is...
how much do they peeve me?
Yes, number one is the worst. Biggest pet peeve.
Yep.
All right, ready?
Yep.
First one, interrupting or being interrupted.
Oh, being interrupted? That's close to 1, but there is a clear-cut number 1 that if it's on this list and I don't put it at 1, I'll be pissed. So I'm going to put that at 3. I'll type it. Sorry for the clicking, but I'm going to do it.
All right.
Okay.
Second one, cracking knuckles.
Cracking knuckles, I do it all the time. I'm going to put that at... I'm going to put it at 9. Don't care.
Okay. Safe.
Now, if this was... My mom would put that at fucking 1. She always yells at me.
Third, gum chewing / chewing with your mouth open.
Oh, there it is. That's number 1. That's number 1 right there. I cannot stand open mouth eaters. Oops, I fucked up. There we go. Nope. Okay. Chewing with mouth open. Yeah, that's number 1, man. I can't. I'm always very cautious about chewing with my mouth closed. And why can't you? I have a coworker that I know doesn't listen to this podcast, and his lunch every day is always a sandwich, carrots, and celery. Or no, a sandwich, carrots, and pretzels. And those carrots, man, he... And then the pretzel, and it's like, dude,
I
shut
had some
your
carrots
mouth.
today, but I made sure that I chewed with my mouth closed, even if
Like,
it was only me.
There's foods that don't matter. They're gonna make noise, like chips, for example. Even if you chew with your mouth closed, you're gonna hear them.
Yep.
That's fine. It's really when I can see the food and hear it.
Yep.
And I can hear that dude eating in the kitchen. He eats in the kitchen, which is about on the other side of the building, and I can still hear it. So,
next one, clapping after a movie.
I've done it. I'll put that at 7. I've done it.
I don't think I've ever clapped after a movie.
After a movie. I did it for
Fireworks and Sunsets.
22 Jump
yes,
Street.
But
22 Jump Street. I clapped at the end of it because it made me laugh more than any movie ever. And I was in high school, so everybody was, so I did too.
okay. Next one, being late.
being late. Sometimes I'm late, but I hate when people are late. But I can get by it as long as you come in and you got good vibes. I'll put it at 4, number 4, because it pees me a little bit, but nothing crazy. And I'm late sometimes.
All right. Slow drivers.
This is hard. I want to put this at 2, but I feel like there's worse than slow drivers out there. But they do piss me off. I wish I could put that at 4 and being late at 5. I wish I put being late down at 6 now. We'll put them at 5. They don't piss me off that bad, especially like most roads where I encounter slow drivers, I can pass them. So we'll put them at 5.
Okay. Bad tippers.
Bad tippers.
/ no tippers.
I've never been a waitress, or sorry, not a waitress, a waiter. So I've never received a bad tip. But if I'm in a if I have a family member that pays for dinner and they tip bad, it is like, ugh. But that can't be 2. It can't be 2. There's so much worse out there. So I'm going to put them at 6 because it's still pretty bad. Okay. I'll put them at 6. I got a feeling there's something like, oh, that grinds my gears coming up.
Unsolicited advice.
See this. Here's what I think for this is like on the golf course. I'm having a bad day, and then somebody goes, "Oh, you just gotta like open your hips a little bit more." That pisses me off. But I think I gotta save 2. We'll go 8.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. We got 2 more, right?
Yep.
All right, and I've got 2 and 10 open, so I really need to have something here that's not that bad.
So this one's a combo. Bare feet on laminate flooring / dogs on the coffee table.
Yeah, I think that's 2. That's 2. Did you put that one in yourself?
Kinda, yeah.
That's number 2, man.
What makes you think that?
I hate feet. And I'll walk through my own house barefoot. You know, I got laminate in the kitchen, but I hate doing it. I feel dirty. And on the coffee table is disgusting. Like some people eat on there or they put a drink there, and like, yeah, that's number 2. I'm glad I saved that. So hopefully 10 ain't too bad here.
Spoilers.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a tough 10.
That's a bad one. Not a good list here. Honestly. I got the number 1 correct, chewing with the mouth open. Bare feet on the coffee table and flooring, honestly, at 2 is probably correct. I probably would have put cracking knuckles at 10. Unsolicited advice probably would have been like 4 or 5.
I think being interrupted should have been moved down.
Yeah, because like you can get past it, but it does piss me off. Especially like I'll encounter sometimes at work where I'm talking to somebody about like, hey, I need this, or asking them a question, and somebody will come in and literally just blow by me and ask them a question. And that shit grinds my fucking gears. But bad list. That's our first bad list on the blind rank, but it's only week 2, so yeah. It's all right. All right, immaculate grid, and then we'll do a spin and talk about our weekend here. All right, do you got any flyers we want to throw out? I know that Josh McCown played for the Cards. Do you want to throw him in for Falcons?
I was going to say, did any of the Lewises, Mercedes or whatever the other one is, play for any of these?
I don't think so. You got Mercedes Lewis, played for the Jags, the Packers, the Bears. What's the other one? Mercedes Lewis and Martell. No,
yeah.
I'm thinking Martellus Bennett.
No. Yeah.
Nope, I don't think they're a good shout. I think Washington and the Falcons should be easier than it is. It's got to be a receiver there. I was thinking Curtis Samuel, but I think he's only Panthers and Washington. What about Robbie Anderson for Washington and the Falcons?
Did he play for the Falcons?
I don't know. It's a guess.
I think I'd like him. Yeah, throw it out.
Yeah, we gotta get through it. I don't think we have any. Am I spelling that right? No.
He's not Robbie Anderson anymore.
Oh, he changed his name. What is it?
It's something weird. Just put Anderson and see what comes up.
There's too many Andersons.
Ooh,
I don't think it's
CJ
anything
Anderson. That might be a good one.
No. What about running backs? There's got to be a running back out there. I'm trying to think Falcons because the Falcons like Matt Ryan.
Robbie Chosen.
Robbie Chosen. That's right. All right, let's put that in. Oops. Robbie Chosen. Nope, that was wrong. Damn it. You got to think Falcons. There's been like the Falcons were good for a little bit. They had Roddy White. Do you think he went to Washington or the Cardinals? No. DeMarco Murray was really good with the Cardinals. Ooh. I got a shout for the Cardinals. What's his name? It's like Elgin something, right? No, not Elgin Davis. The fuck is that guy's name? The running back. Think Cardinals running backs. Like, oh, what about Kurt Warner? Did he go to the Falcons? He was kind of a journeyman. Nope. Fuck me. All right, you get the last pick. Where do you want it? Who do you want? We got to try to get 7 here.
Zacchaeus, Cardinals, Falcons.
Cardinals, Falcons, Zacchaeus. Okay. Olamide. Nope. Who do we miss here? Calais Campbell, defense, don't know him. Deion Sanders, Falcons, Washington. I didn't know he played at Washington. And then Matt Schaub. I actually thought that earlier, but I didn't want to throw that out too early.
Look at the Cardinals, Falcons ones.
Cardinals, Falcons, okay. There's 70. Calais Campbell, Chris Chandler, Josh Rosen. I didn't know he got on the Falcons. He played 4 games. Nah, he played 4 games. How are we going to know that? Running backs. Guy named Cannonball Butler. That's kind of sick.
That's dope, man.
Damian Williams played 1 game with the Falcons. I didn't know that. Taz Anderson. There's some sweet names here.
We got to start learning some more, like, guys that played everywhere.
Yeah, we need more journeymen to throw out. But hey, just remember, we went 9 out of 9 one time. All right, let's hit a roulette spin, and then we'll talk about the weekend and send y'all on your way.
I can't believe I finally get to do one of my own next week.
Yeah. Speaking of, I forgot. I didn't even mention this whole episode. Happy 2-year anniversary.
Oh yeah, you too.
Yeah. We did say we're saving anything special. We did the 1-year special of recapping with voice notes. That was sweet, but what do you do for 2-year? Because we're just going to have a 3-year next year anyways, so.
We should make an evergreen podcast.
I don't know what that means.
It's just like one that's good to listen to whenever you want. Like it's...
Oh. All right, what's going to be our repeat here? Guess it real quick. Guess a number. Fast.
27.
Imagine if that was right. 31.
Ooh, I do like that.
All right, 31 is our repeat. We got 30 and 31. Maybe that's good luck. All right, this one's gonna be 9. We're due for a 9er. We are actually the most due I think we've ever been.
Yeah.
I think if we went back, it's been a minute. So let's hit one here. Give us a lightning number 2. Buy our tickets for that game on Friday night, huh? That'd be sweet. All right, no lightning number. That's fine. We'll just have to go back to back.
Or back to back.
And it's 1.
We didn't
Dude,
have any
we gotta
of those
do
numbers.
We got to do something about our loss streak here.
We weren't.
When's the last time one of our numbers hit? Look at how cold our numbers are. The last one that hit was 3, 4, 5, 7 spins ago with 23.
Yeah, that's bad.
Just cold numbers, man. And we've only hit 2 of the last 15. Like, maybe it's time for a number change. I don't know. Maybe the luck will change when we get on your account when you're here in town. Maybe that'll change this weekend for our in-person episode. So, with that being said, this weekend, Frankie's coming to town Friday. He's going to get here a little bit after I get out of work. We'll do a little house tour. And then we're going over to Sid's place. We're making you guys dinner. And then we're going to go to the Lugnuts game. Look at that. 13 hits while I'm watching. Why did I watch? Oh, my God. It was 100X. Why did I watch, dude? I was just curious. It was 100X. Could have paid for the tickets. Anywho, we're going to go to the Lugnuts game. That'll be fun. They got fireworks after, so we're not sure if we're going to stay for the fireworks or not. But we'll go hit a bar or 2. And then Saturday, like you mentioned earlier, we're golfing. Easy course. And then, yes, we are doing an in-person episode Saturday after golf. We are going to test out a new recording software so we can try to get some video for you guys so we can start farming some TikTok clips. And then, Saturday night kind of up in there. Not really sure what to do after the podcast. We're just going to fly by the seat of our pants. And then the only thing on the schedule for Sunday is Jimmy John's because that's kind of our tradition, you know? So with that being said, you got anything else to add for the weekend? Oh, I did want to say we're going to do some sort of fun roulette stuff just because we are in person. And technically we should have done something this episode, but I'm glad we didn't. Oh my God, no. No, what would we I was thinking you do one regular spin, right? And then you do the random number generator spin, so it doesn't matter. We wouldn't have hit 13. So I'm just making sure we wouldn't have hit 100x and we missed out on it. So
that would have been tough.
We'll do something fun with roulette. We'll probably drop it'll be a shorter episode, just because we do want to go have fun. We don't want to just sit in a room recording a podcast. So but look for that next week, and then next week as well.
I think that'll that'll just be Tuesdays.
Yep, that'll just be Tuesdays, and then the following week we'll talk about how you can see us, and hopefully that works well. And then every episode will be in person. I'm gonna have to start looking a little bit nicer though. I'm always in just fucking cut off shirts, so I'm gonna have to change it up a little bit. But with that being said, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, adore some tutties. And we'll see you next week. Peace.